Good morning, and welcome to my Facebook Live, Moving Forward with Ease and Grace. I hope you have a cup of coffee, or maybe some water, something yummy to drink. I always find that starting my Saturday mornings, or any morning, with a cup of coffee and water really brightens my day. That's a routine. Today we're talking about routines and what they do for us and why they're so valuable. A routine should never ever control us. So if your routine is controlling you and it's keeping you from enjoying life because you're like, I got to do this, 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 I'm going to ask you to breathe and really pay attention today and just try it. Just try it. We are called to live our lives in a relaxed state. When we live our lives in a relaxed state, we heal better, we think better, we move better, and we have ultimately better results. That's why I'm here for you today. I want to help you get the best results you could ever get in this lifetime, despite what's going on. Because right now in our world, we have so much negativity going on around us that it can be daunting, right? I can't tell you how many videos and emails and all these things I get on either side that are doing whatever they can to scare me, right? They're either trying to scare me into submission or scare me about submission, but they don't give me the tools I need to take the action I need to feel safe and secure. I want you to feel safe and secure. Long ago, 10 years ago, when I left my ex-husband, well, he was my husband at the time, I was so insecure. I had so many insecurities. I looked to other people to affirm what I was doing. I was in need of a lot of support around me, which really was a blessing that God didn't let that happen, because I had to learn who I was and where my spirit was. Our spirit lies deep within our heart, right? Our hearts are the first thing that develops when we are in the womb. And that heartbeat beats with us and is with us until eternity. When we finally are done with our physical body, the first sign that we no longer are alive is that our heart stops. Our heart comes with a spirit, the breath of life, right? When a child is born comes out of the womb and into reality, that child into new life, right? Into a new world, I'm going to say, because that child is real in that womb. But when that child comes out into the big world, this world, we know it's alive, first because the doctor checks its heartbeat, but what does it do to get that heartbeat to get in sync with the world? The child breathes. And that first breath gives everybody relief. Everybody feels good when a baby breathes, right? We do. We feel so good when a baby breathes. So I wanted to talk to you today about how do we nurture this spirit within that we were born with, that gives us the mission, the purpose in life, that gives us our likes and our dislikes, because we all are different. We are all different. There is only one of you. And we know that because every single person's thumbprint is different than another. Good morning, Monica. Oh my gosh. I haven't talked to you in so long. It's so good to see you this morning. Welcome. I hope you have some kind of wonderful drink as we're sitting here just enjoying conversation this morning. So good to see you. And I'm sharing this morning about routines and what they really do for us, right? So as we're looking at life and we're thinking, oh, is this for me? What do I do? Like our spirit can get lost. 10 years ago, my spirit was crushed. I was insecure. I was afraid of my own shadow. Much not only that, but I had 4 kids I had to be responsible for. And when I left my ex-husband, even though that was a really toxic relationship and it needed to end, all of a sudden I was alone. Like every decision I made now was on me. And I would turn to other people and everybody had advice for me. And it was always conflicting. It was always conflicting. And that was my first step in learning how to move forward. Was I had to stop listening to everybody else's advice. So where did I go? I looked up. In North Dakota, the greatest way to capture your inner spirit is to look up. I don't know, I've been to a lot of places all around the world. And I have to tell you, I think North Dakota skies are one of the most beautiful skies. It is their gift that God gave them. So, because if I looked out, all I saw was beautiful, what do I want to call it? I saw beautiful, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I would see beautiful fields and all of that, but after a while, they kind of look the same, right? But if I looked up, the skies never looked the same. I found out what sundogs were in North Dakota. I saw double rainbows in North Dakota, which started to give me hope because I do have a background in Christianity and Catholicism, so I'm not unaware of the spiritual realm of things. And I know that a rainbow is God's outward sign that storms are going to end. Well, I was in a big storm and I didn't know how to get out of that, and I was insecure. So I thought, well, what do I do? How do I breathe life into my spirit so I can breathe life into the world? Now, I want you guys to get really clear on this. Alignment moves us forward. If our body isn't in line with our spirit, and our spirit isn't in line with our physical being, and our emotional being is way over here in panic zone, and we're all over the place, we're going to feel lost, confused, we're going to give into fear, and we're going to lose our hope. I don't want you to lose your hope. Now, for all you free spirits out there that are saying, I don't like routines, I didn't either. I like having freedom. But what I found was that a simple routine, just a structure that allowed for some creativity and fun in my life, or allowed me not to beat myself up if I didn't get everything done, actually gave me more freedom. For those of you that are so stuck in your routine, I'm going to ask you to breathe and let go of some of that. Be okay with maybe if you get up at 8:15, not letting your whole day get wrecked because you thought you should be up at 8. Okay? So there's 2 different coins I'm talking to you guys about today. But the real reason I'm talking to you about routines is because when we finally find our spirit, it can be a really scary place to be because we're not used to listening to this. And the world tells us we shouldn't live in faith and we shouldn't do these things because then we're crazy and stupid. But that's not true. Our spirit's never, ever going to mislead us. So here's what I want you to learn about a routine and how you can line up your spirit with your physical world, your mental world, and your emotional world, so you don't look crazy to the outside world, you don't feel crazy on the inside, and you really do got this. I want you to think about your routine and make it simple. Make your routine simple. I brought mine this morning to kind of show you. I have 3 different sections for my routine. I have my morning business. I have my morning things that I do every day. Every morning, and I wake up, I take my medicine, I feed my dog, I pray, and I shower. That's a simple routine. Easy, right? But on Sundays, I don't do it. I pray. Usually I go to church Saturday night. So Sunday, I take a bath instead, and I don't wear makeup. If you see me on a Sunday, I look totally different because I don't put makeup on. I take a bath and just soak in my bath bombs, loving life, right? My routine on Sunday is very different. It's very relaxed. It's very calm because I want to nurture my spirit. What I want to talk to you about today is you can be spiritual and practical, and let your intuition be misguided by outer forces, because that's what happens. This is why a routine is so important, because it reminds us where we're at. So I'm going to tell you 2 stories about routines. The first one is a personal story. 2 weeks ago, I was feeling kind of in a disarray. Things didn't seem to be moving forward. I was moving more in a circle, right? And distractions were coming in like crazy, and I wasn't feeling like I was getting much accomplished. We know that we're moving forward when we have accomplishments that we can see. And when they're finished, that's a really great sign that you're on the right path. So I was like, what is going on? I need order. We all need order. And your routine is going to provide you the order that you need to live the peaceful life you deserve, nurturing that spirit if it's not too rigid. So 2 weeks ago, I went to bed and I said, God, I need help with this routine because my business, I don't have a space for it. And that's my most important thing. If I don't have my business going on, if I'm not providing good information for people and people aren't coming to coach with me and pay me for my coaching services, I'm going to have a hard time eating, and maintaining this house and all of these things that I need. So I need some kind of divine order. When you go to bed, that's the best time to ask for your problems to be solved. Now, I personally listen to, you can call them meditative tapes or relaxation tapes. I don't care what you call it. They're always spiritually guided ones because that's who I am. You get what you want, not what Jeannie Kelly does. You get what fits you. But I do listen to those at night because otherwise I have a really loud brain. Oh my gosh, my brain is so loud, it's going to try and figure it out itself. But I don't want to do that because every time I try to figure things out myself, I end up on a side path instead of staying on the road that God designed me for. So what I did is I just said, God, can you please help? Give me some guidance on how to create a routine that'll work for me because I'm a free spirit and I don't like to be tied down. Anybody out there that's like me that just is like, no, I don't want to do that. I like to be able to, if Monica calls me, I want to go. I don't want to have to say to Monica, I'm so sorry, but I can't go today because that's just not me. Now, if that's you, you rock with that. Don't let this talk stop you from being you. You be you. This talk is about how you create the guidelines you need to fulfill your spirit. Because once your spirit's fulfilled, your body's going to get healthier. Your mind's going to get healthier. Your emotions are going to get healthier. And your environment, despite anything that's going on, is going to change for the better. I promise you that. Because I live it, and so do my clients. And they're constantly saying to me, Jeannie, I have better days now than I ever did. I'm healthier than I've ever been. What's happening? And it's because we've been working on nurturing the spirit and aligning everything up with who you are, not who I think you should be, or not who somebody else thinks you should be. And really becoming strong in that state. So no matter what happens, you get to stay right where you want to be, knowing you did the right thing. So why do you need a routine? Because here's what happens. This is what happens in my day. I get started, and then all of a sudden, somebody calls me, I answer the phone. That's not a problem. But then I forget where I was. So a routine is going to put you back on track. So now I got off track, and I wanted to tell you my little story. So I woke up the next morning after asking God to give me some divine intervention. Inspiration is from God. And when I woke up in the morning, I was very inspired. And I realized that I was prioritizing not the way that was going to nurture my spirit and protect me and provide for me. And I felt like, oh my gosh, I really need to make a big shift here. My business needs to come first. My business needs to come first because my business is going to support me. It's going to support my kids, right? Because all children, no matter what age they are, need support from their mamas. So it's nice if I can be able to help them, either financially or even coaching wise, right? If I've just given a talk today, one of my kids needs this, I can pull it up super fast and support them that way. So it really supports my family. My business also supports the church because I believe in giving 10% of my salary away to the church or to somebody else that needs that. So that's part of who I am. I love being generous. My business does that. But I was putting it at the very bottom. Now that morning after I had asked for inspiration came. And I heard, put your business first. And I went, isn't that strange? Because we're always taught God first, family second, career third. But by doing that, I was really hurting my business. Our inspiration isn't always in line with what man tells us we should do. It's going to give you what's best for you. And what's best for me is to put my business first, because when I put my business first, I'm really putting my family first because I'm taking care of them. I'm really putting myself first because I'm taking care of me. It's providing for me. We need physical providement through money, right? That's how the world works. So you need to have that. Look at how my spirit's taking care of me. Look at how it's lining everything up. As soon as I started putting my business first, then I was like, well, what do I do? Because my business is pretty broad. And it came to me. On Mondays, you learn all about moving forward. On Tuesdays, you write your newsletter. On Wednesdays, you do all the business stuff, all the financial stuff. On Thursdays, do you see what happened? I can do that. That's easy. And then I'm like, well, where does my house cleaning come in? Where does all the other errands that I have to do come in? Well, on my little routine sheet here, I have business stuff first, daily stuff second. That's maintaining my home, doing all the stuff I need to do for me or whatever, just maintaining stuff. And then this third one is all the events I have. So like today it's Facebook Live, 9 o'clock a.m. That's what I have. And it's super easy. When I aligned my routine with my spirit, everything clicked. And I'm like, I don't hate my routine anymore. Now, here's what happens. We're going to get distractions, right? So after you've handled your distraction, use your routine as your grounded thing. It's going to tell you what to do next without you having to think about it, without you then going off on another side trip and then wondering why you still are struggling financially because you didn't do what you needed to for your business, or why your laundry didn't get done because it was on your list, but you went off and over all these tangents instead of coming back. So you want your routine to think about pulling me back into alignment. When you use your routine to pull you back into alignment, you're going to find amazing stuff happen. Because I don't know about you, but I can get so distracted and then I'm like, I don't know what to do. Or if something comes that's a disappointment to me, I can literally, long ago, I would cry for 5 hours. I'm not kidding you. It was a bad place to be. And I was so scared that I was going to make a wrong decision. I was going to fall apart. But my routine keeps me grounded. So when I start feeling afraid, when I start getting scared, when there's nothing I can do about something, then I take a deep breath. Let that part, I say, God, you take care of this for me, and I'm going to do the next thing. So like I haven't finished my newsletter from Thursday when I do my newsletters. I didn't finish it. So now today when I'm done with Facebook Live, I can eat my breakfast. When I'm done with that, I can go and work on my newsletter. And I can give myself a half hour or 45 minutes, whatever I think, to work on it. And then I'll be done with it for the day. And then I can move on to the next thing. Now, if Monica calls me and says, now, Jeannie, let's go play, blah, 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 I can say to her, you know what, Monica, let me finish this task, and I'd be happy to meet you at 1 o'clock. Do you see how you stay in control of your life then? I'm not a big routine person. I'm telling you, I have to work really hard at it. But what I've found is it's helped me create discipline, and it's helped me stay grounded, and it's helped give me the life I love, and it's moving me forward in the right directions. So I really want you to hear that today. It really keeps me moving forward, even if it's just an inch by inch. And then what's so beautiful is I can cross it off, and I can say, well, you know, there are some days where that list doesn't get very far, and other days where the whole thing gets accomplished. But at least this morning I can say, you know what? I had a beautiful, productive morning. I did my shower, I took my medicine, I prayed, and I did my Facebook Live. And now I'm going to go do my newsletter, right? If I need to take care of my dog and play with her for a while because she's a little wild child, I can go do that because I know when I get done with that, I'm going to go work on my newsletter. Does it make sense to you? Don't be afraid of routines. Structure is good as long as you allow for flexibility. And I'm going to warn you on one thing. Remember what I said. I created this from inspiration. I believe that God gave me this wisdom on how to organize my day. The biggest thing I see people make a mistake with is 3 weeks down the road when they don't feel like doing their newsletter on a Tuesday, or they don't feel like doing their research on a Monday, they don't feel like doing their finances on a Wednesday, and they're in that emotional state and they give into emotion instead of staying on the routine. They go, oh, this routine doesn't work, no, and we give up the thing that was working on, and we let go of what was divinely designed for us. So my rule for myself, and I hope you take this rule for today, is I'm not going to change course unless my spirit, my inspiration tells me differently. Now, when you coach with me, I have lots of ways that you can learn if you're in intuition or if it's this left brain telling you what to do, because it can interfere with that. So if you really want to learn how to align your life with your spirit first, then your mental clarity, then your emotional clarity, then your physical clarity, I'm your girl, and I'm going to help you, because we all deserve to have a life where we're more relaxed, enjoy, and have more money and more fun things. We really need to do that. I told you in my newsletter that I had a client I wanted to share with you about. This client is an amazing mom. She got 2 kids, and when I met her, she felt like her life was in chaos. That what they were doing wasn't working, and she knew she needed to make some change. Moving forward is realizing that you need to make change. You don't change others, you need to make change, and others will change, and so will your world. She knew she needed something different, so she started working with me. We've been aligning things and aligning things and aligning things. Last year, she said to me, I know what I want to work on this year. And I said, what is that? And she said, I want harmony in my family. Now, a lot of life coaches or a lot of people are going to tell you goals have to be tangible. They have to be able to be seen. They have to be able to, material stuff really does help with that. But you can have an inner goal of being kinder, of having more harmony in your life. We made harmony become a physical reality for her. And we looked at the tangibility of that harmony list, right? What does it mean for you to have harmony? Well, that means that my kids are going to do their contributions. I love that, by the way. Isn't that a cool thing? She doesn't call them chores, she calls them contributions. And she's like, part of that would bring harmony if we had a routine where they could actually use it and follow through. And I'm, as a mom, have a hard time following through that. So how do we create this? So we created a year plan for her harmony list through a easy, simple guideline. Use your routine as a guideline. It's not set in stone. There's many a days they don't do everything on the harmony list. but it was a starting point. Now they're so into their routine that it just flows. When it doesn't flow, she knows that that's what we need to work on our scheduled time. So she's ready and I'm prepared, and we can build back around that. She has this beautiful harmony routine, and she says to me all the time, Jeannie, there's more harmony in our family than discord. And when they're way off kilter, she's like, yikes, we've fallen into the river again. Get us back out here. That's what coaching does for you. I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be that person that keeps you in alignment, that keeps you going, that keeps you moving forward, that checks your engine, that checks your tires, that checks all of this stuff, and gets you lined back up so you don't lose sight of your goals, so you don't all of a sudden stop moving forward. You're moving sideways and backwards, and then you're miserable and upset. And I don't want you to be miserable and upset. I want you to love your life. God called us to love it. And our spirit, when we're guided by that, when we're under that, when we've aligned all these other things, you're going to pay attention to your body more. You're going to know, you're going to feel these amazing things happen. And you're not going to live in your emotional state. You're going to be able to understand that state and allow it to move you. Emotions move us. So that's going to be our driving force, okay? If you really think this is pretty awesome and cool, then I would love for you to head over to celebrateyoulifecoaching.com. Click on schedule an appointment now. It's free. I love giving you an alignment session that will help you get started. And then once you start coaching with me, you're going to be astounded at the beautiful results you get. The life you never thought you could live. Even if you have an amazing, successful life, I'm telling you, you can have it better when you work with this alignment system. So you guys go out and have a beautiful morning. Thank you for getting on. Monica, go out and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Loved your pictures of the food and your awesome man with you. What a great gift. What a great gift. So go out, look for the good today, and when you get stuck, find that routine and do the next thing on it. And then you're going to feel really good because you can cross it off and you accomplish something. And accomplishing something lets you know you're moving forward in life. Have a beautiful day. Go out and have fun. Take care, everyone.